Welcome to Crimes or Misunderstandings, a true crime podcast. Today I'm here with Victor Oganov, a Russian fighter, an absolute stallion, somebody I've had the privilege of knowing for many years. He's had an incredible boxing career. He's also an extravagant character, and we're going to get into that. But we're just going to kick in and talk about his life and how interesting it is. So here we go. I'm here with Victor. Victor, how you doing?
Hi, Mr. Grady. I'm good. I'm glad to be here, and I want to say hello to all viewers and fans, boxing fans especially.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay, so let's talk about let's talk about your amateur career, because I had the privilege of training Xavier X-Man Lucas. At one point was rated pound for pound best fighter in Australia. We used to bring him to spar you when you were, believe it or not, Victor fought a guy named Brad Pitt, but he was not the actor. Victor did very well against him. And my fighter trained for him. How many rounds was that fight scheduled for?
8 or 10, something like that.
Yeah. So remember
I was already only for few. That's it.
One of the most famous things you've ever told me. I remember we'd spar you for 3-4 rounds, and then I would put my guy back on the bags, and you would just pack up and leave. And I say, Victor, aren't you fighting for 8 or 10 rounds? And you're like, yes, but I only trained for one. And we know how that fight went. You were absolutely robbed. Brad Pitt was a huge name in Australian boxing coming up, and you dropped him. And I remember you dropped him. Well, what round did you drop him in?
In the second.
In the second. And you guys, anybody that's out there needs to go and watch this fight, because the ref lifted the guy up, put his mouthpiece in for about a minute and a half, had a conversation, gave him a back massage, and then told him to get back in there. And then what happened the rest of that fight?
First of all, I was about 33 years of age, and I became a bit sick and tired of my boxing career.
Yeah.
Especially living in Perth and remote, and boxing sort of became not really active over here, and no sparring partners, no good coaches around, and that was just for me just a money fight, to get money, and I didn't even train for that competition. Didn't train even for Brad Pitt. And
I remember the few times you did train, I couldn't believe it.
Just few, maybe, and maybe I attended the boxing gym, and just attended, and then I drove back because there was nothing there.
Yeah,
it's another story.
Yeah. Let's start off with, so Victor has an incredible amateur career. I think his amateur record was 64-13. So I fought in the amateurs. In amateurs, you point score, and usually it's a jab counted as much as a knockdown, and most amateurs don't get knockouts. He had, I think you had 13 losses, but every single one of your wins, tell me if this is right or wrong, was by knockout in the amateurs.
Officially, it was a stoppage, but not necessarily knockout. It's sometimes just a corner give up and throw a towel. Sometimes a referee stop the fight after a few knockdowns, just for safety reason. After a few knockdowns, I have a sort of amateur soft rule precaution, and stop the fight after a few knockdowns to avoid that brain damage or something.
I've seen Victor hit left hook. Left hook is your patented hook. I mean, that's your shot, yeah?
Left hand, because I'm a short-handed guy, and my left is a front hand, and left hook is probably I can use it the best.
Well, I know. I've seen it in real life. Don't get me wrong. This guy, if you want to put a mule to sleep, just let him. He's your man. He could hit that mule, and that mule will go to sleep. especially if he does it with his left hand. But so anyway, Victor, he came over here, incredible amateur career. He's not the biggest guy in the world, but he fought mostly cruiserweight, yeah?
No.
Well, I mean, you went from middleweight.
Super middleweight.
Yeah.
I started amateur 71, I think, but then I quickly moved to 75 kilogram weight division and stayed there. Sometime I fought 81 kilograms in amateur boxing. But in professional boxing, I moved to super middleweight, 76.2 kilos, and stayed there. And at the end of my career, I moved to cruiserweight, which is 91 or 90.4, something, or 8 or something. Yeah. But I'm not a cruiserweight, of course.
Yeah, well, I
would like to note that I made a mistake in my career.
Yep.
To stay in super middleweight for too long, I should have moved up to light heavyweight. And I'm sure I could have achieved much more success to stay there, but not go, of course, not the cruiserweight weight division. 79.4 could be perfect for me because the weight loss was draining my body, and
so,
I was. Yeah.
Actually, this is actually something. So I've trained a lot of amateur fighters. I've trained a lot of pro fighters. I work with some big names like Lucas Big Daddy Brown. I've worked with Evander Holyfield, Ken Shamrock, all these guys. And then you go into the amateur thing, and these amateurs, they think, hey, I've got to cut weight. And I'm saying, you know what? The heavyweight division, there is no weight cut. I don't believe in these massive weight cuts because, especially when you're at the very beginning where you're cutting weight, and what happens is you stop eating, your energy is low, your training is weak. You're sparring. You're getting your ass whooped the last two weeks before the fight. I don't believe in these massive weight cuts. I think, especially when you're getting like in the amateurs, you fight very close to your natural weight. What do you think? Like, am I wrong with that?
In my opinion, now, after having my career, and after I realized now, after many years, after my retirement, I realized that I should have moved up in weight division and be more successful, because the weight loss is drain your body and especially if you're not using like illegal substances or whatever. What do you call
performance enhancing drugs or whatever.
Some like medication, whatever. Which is,
like EPO or whatever that gives you.
Ones.
It makes you.
Probably with that kind of substances, whatever, you can be alright. But
so the question is, you're talking to an amateur kid?
Yes.
Does he lose 6 kilos before his first fight?
First of all, look, guys, I would like to note, and maybe you agree or disagree with me, and also like our viewers need to maybe take it for them to think about it. What I'm going to tell and share with them. Look, guys, when you're young, you're like 25 years of age, up to 25, and maybe a bit later, late 20s, you can handle that weight loss. But when you're like getting close to 30 years of age, for me especially, that would happen to me. After that time, when I got close to 30 years of age, weight loss really started affecting me.
Yeah.
When I was younger, it was no problem.
Yeah.
I could have lose like 1 week. I could lose like a 10 naturally, just not eating and just train. I could have lose like a 10 kilo weight.
But when you did that, I mean, did you spar normal? Like no problem.
Yeah, no problem at
in
all.
In 1 week you lose
1
10
week,
kilos.
10 kilos in 1 week, no problem. It was amateur boxing. I was not eating at all, just drink water and limited as well, and it was like really sort of like a crazy.
Well, I just want to put this. He's actually related to Ivan Drago, and he's created from steel. Like this guy. Anybody else out there? You try to lose 10 kilos, which is like 22 pounds, and folks like I've fought at the amateurs. Like I've been around the sport for a long time.
But
it's horrible.
Yes, it's horrible. Yes, it's horrible. You go to bed. you're hungry, you're starving. Every day you're starving.
Yeah.
And especially at night after second training, you don't need at all anything. Maybe you just drink water.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
No sugar, nothing, and then you go to sleep, and you like crying, bro. You know, because you feel like you in summertime when it's warm everywhere under the blanket, you're freezing, man. Your body is shaking like because
you don't have
no
that
energy.
natural fat.
You have no natural fat. You have no energy to keep your body warm. You have no energy, you know, and your body like on a low energy kind of mode that you're saving energy and everything, and even that's why you feel cold when it's warm. And you feel cold, your body like shaking, and it's hard to sleep sometimes, whatever, you know. But when you failing to sleep, you feel you after training, of course, you need sleep and to recover your body. When you sleep in the morning, you wake up, you're not hungry anymore. That's a miracle, you know. You're not hungry anymore. You're all right. You're full of energy, and you go for morning session exercise, and you back home. You're happy, and you know you can have a little breakfast, you go have a shower, have a little breakfast, you're happy, you know. Then sometimes you will go sleep again before like a day training session, or just do your own things, you know, like if you're training only in the morning and the evening. And still like you're losing weight, you don't eat much, but for the evening session, you like have a lunch. You need to have a lunch at least like some reasonable amount.
Some like some carbs, like you get a spaghetti.
Just
or
a
something
little
like
bit. Spaghetti is alright, no problem. You know, but mixed with the meat, it's not a good choice. But when it's like a pure spaghetti, carbs, clean carbs.
Well, I mean, you need it for your energy. That's
exactly. They pure carbs, they pure energy, and also they burn quickly, mate.
Yeah, well, and then when like so we're in Australia now, especially when you're cutting weight, we like to eat lean meat, and like we've got kangaroo here. Like I don't know, did you eat a lot of kangaroo? Because I've eaten kangaroo. I've actually had some pretty good curries from it. I've had kangaroo tail. Like actually when I first got here, I lived up north in Kununurra.
Kangaroo not bad, I guess.
Yeah, but it's a lean meat, and a lot of people eat that. But I mean the diet for somebody at your level is unbelievable. You have to be very, very choosy on what you eat. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, sometimes, you know, all the big weight losers, sort of like it's a mental as well thing.
So what did you eat when you were cutting weight? Like back in when you were coming through the amateurs and you were cutting 10 kilos a week, what were you eating?
Nothing. Just pretty much nothing, you know. I eat like a little bit of fruits, you know, like in amateur I'm talking about. You know, especially, and then look, don't forget in Russia in a winter time, your body need much more energy to survive.
Stay warm, just to stay warm.
Exactly. You know, because over there is like in the winter time sometimes it's minus 25 and minus 30 degrees below zero. So, and people had to eat twice more than in summertime in Russia.
So that's incredible. So what, you're from St. Petersburg, right?
No.
Well, you fought in St. Petersburg? Or?
Before I moved to Australia, I lived St. Petersburg, where I started my professional career. And for 7 years, I lived in St. Petersburg. But my born town, where I born and grew up, is about 1,000 kilometers east from St. Petersburg and east-north from Moscow. So it's like a European part of Russia still, next to Ural Mountains, but it's not like behind Ural Mountains, not too far east, but still European part of Russia, but it's like 1,000 kilometers away from St. Petersburg and Moscow. It's sort of like a remote area, kind of. Yeah. And Common Republic, it's lots of mineral resources over there. Yeah. Forests, pine trees. Yeah. Yeah, we actually that area provided. They got like one of the biggest in Europe paper making factory over there. Okay. So one of the biggest in Europe.
All right. So what's the closest country outside of your city, your original city, are you close to?
Country or city?
Country. Like, so you've got that city. So like if you go to, where's the closest border?
Border is going to be on the west side. So you need to pass St. Petersburg and to reach Finland.
Finland. Okay, cool.
Finland or Estonia.
Okay, Finland. So man, I mean, you're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, pretty much nowhere, but it's not. Russia is a huge country, and we got areas where that's like a real nowhere.
Yeah,
my place is like not real nowhere. We got like a road.
What do you mean? You have a road?
Yes,
wow.
we have a road, but some places
so
in
proud
Russia,
of-
some places in Russia, no roads to get
Yeah.
there. They got cities,
Yeah.
but you need to fly there.
Yeah, that's right. But there's no driving. There's no driving to like from city to city. Or there is. So
Sometimes you can drive around by asphalt. You need to go around, take around, through the like a main roads around.
Yeah.
And if you want to do like a reasonable direction and reasonable amount of kilometers, you had to go straight, sort of.
Yeah.
And only winter time when it's snow. So they got like because it's in summertime, there's no asphalt there.
Yeah.
It's like no. The road is not what they call it here is like unpaved road.
yeah, unpaved. Yeah, so it's like gravel or
gravel,
yeah.
not really, even just a mud.
Yeah.
And you need like and you need like a proper
4-wheel drive,
not a 4-wheel drive. It's like a real like a truck,
like a military 6-wheel drive truck.
Yes, exactly.
Okay,
to go through.
All right, so obviously, it's so funny because like
Yes, it's middle of nowhere. Yes.
Okay, thanks. That's a long way around that one, but I'm American and you're Russian, and so like Rocky Balboa, the movie Rocky. Rocky's like Ivan Drago is the man, and then it shows like then he beats Apollo Creed, and then Rocky had to go into the frozen. I think he might even gone to Russia, and he was like chopping down trees and training in the freezing cold. Tell me what what amateur wise, what was the training like? What were your gyms like? What were the coaches like? Did you go for the Olympics? Tell me about that.
Okay. First of all, my area is not like a real boxing area.
Yeah.
But we are in my area like a number one sport is a ski. Because we got like it's close to north.
Yeah.
And we got like a long winter, and we got in my born town. We have a female lady. She's a 4-time Olympics champion, gold Olympic champion in ski.
Yeah.
4 times. So for 20 years, Raisa Smetanina, her name. Yeah, she's like a legendary athlete, ski athlete. Yeah.
So I don't. I'm just gonna ask because
boxing is not like a number one sport. Not sure about what's going on now, but we got. Few guys who achieved like a good levels, but in my time when I was growing up and doing boxing in my born town, it was not like a really great time for sport at all, because it was like end of the 80s. Economy was down, and in Russia as well. So it's like a more Moscow and like a big cities with support, like a big. Sponsors like manufacturing companies or whatever, they could have like support the all local guys and like young ones, and so I wasn't. So I was winning my sort of like a state, my region championship for.
Before we get into that, let me ask you, because your amateur career was incredible, especially the way you won, and then we're gonna get into the way that you started your professional career, which is amazing. But when you come from a place where there's like, it's a ski town, they don't really have boxes. Why did you start boxing?
Because of just...
you loved it?
First of all, probably the reason why I started doing boxing, because of probably, I don't know, it's like I would like to say maybe like majority of boys in my age when I started doing boxing got the same problem, They want to get skills to defend themselves, because especially in my time it was like lots of street things going around, bullying kind of stuff,
Was it like gangs? Was it gangs? Or
not real gangs. It was like some individuals, like a bullies go
Like standover guys. What we call standover guys.
Yes, some much mature and more older than me. Maybe like after even military service and army, they just been like walking around and doing like some looking for some victims. Like hey boy, I like your shoes, boy. Hey, come here. I like your shoes. Would you like to give it to me? Hey. And then I was like, "What the hell? No, it's." And then
you're good at you weren't giving up your shoes, were you?
No, never happened. Never happened. Yeah. No shoes, no jacket. No.
Never happened to you.
No, I was like sort of when I started doing when I get my skills and I started doing. Sport boxing, I became like one of them,
So you're a standover man?
Not really, nah. It's just everyone is just sort of like it was just often and it was like common for that time in my place. Yeah. So everyone else does it, who could do it, and unfortunately I can say, like I didn't know what's right, what's wrong, and also I couldn't afford maybe some stuff for myself, so I was getting it like in a bad way,
You're a street kid. Were you a street kid?
Yeah, yes.
Street kid.
Yes.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I'm American. We used to watch, I watched Rocky Balboa, and I was like, man, these Russians are crazy because you see them drink vodka. But
Hold on. What about Rocky Balboa? Rocky Balboa is absolutely myth. It's made up. It's made up in America by American people. The producers and everyone.
Victor, take it easy. You know, Rocky Balboa and Apollo Creed were the best two fighters in the history of the world.
Of course. Look, that movie made up like a big influence on boxing. Yeah. Many people probably start doing boxing because of that movie. Absolutely. They watched that movie. Yeah. Yes. But it's a good story for to watch, and it's like 100%. And it's like even people saying that Sylvester Stallone as an actor, he made for boxing more than many other boxing champions.
I mean, let's be honest. Like all these people, they say, "Oh, we see Canelo Alvarez, Mayweather, Tyson." That's that much. Like nobody makes that money. Nobody makes that much money. Like you're lucky to make if you make $100,000 in a fight after a long time of career, you're doing very, 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 very well. True or not?
Yeah. My biggest pay in boxing was $25,000 US.
Yeah.
It was like in America, short time.
Yeah.
About the same time, I got sponsor money from Russia.
Yeah.
He gave me like 40,000 US.
Yeah, it's like a signing bonus. Like he like.
He just gave it to me. I was lucky. To meet that person. And
to help you, like maybe sponsorship or something like that.
Yeah, he says you just need to train and you need to win your fight, and we go next, and we're gonna give you more money. But unfortunately, I lost my next fight, and that's it. And
okay. Let's backtrack a bit. So you've come out of this crazy amateur career where you've scored all these knockouts. You've come I think to Australia first. You were.
I came. Yeah, I was professional. When I came to Australia.
Yeah, you had. Yeah, your first few were in St. Petersburg. I saw your first.
After 7 years doing professional boxing, I came to Australia. Oh, hold on. No, I started professional boxing in 1998 and 2003. So 5 years after I came to Australia.
Yeah, and what was so? I'll let you say what was that big name that brought you here and managed you at first?
Okay. I signed up with 2002, I think, or 2001. I came to Uzbekistan by invitation of Vlad Wharton, that Kysta Tszyu promoter.
There you go.
Back in the days.
That's the name I'm looking for.
Yeah, Vlad Wharton, rest in peace, that guy. I heard that he's not alive anymore. Yeah, but he did good things, like great things, I believe, for Australian boxing. That he actually been a car dealer, former car dealer.
Yeah.
And he been a good friend of Kysta.
Yep.
He is a Russian-speaking guy. Maybe he's even born in Russia. I'm not sure. And they became very good friends. And Vlad, he got like a marketing. He was working in the marketing field, like a car dealer shop or something. You know.
Well, we passed that. Let's go. Kysta Tszyu.
Yeah.
Kysta Tszyu. He grabbed you. What happened?
No, he didn't grab me. I know, like he gave me a sort of like a gentleman agreement offer.
Yeah.
And I was keen to, like, for me it was like an honor to deal with Kysta. You know, he was a world champion boxer and legend. You know,
Yeah.
For me it was just an honor to Kysta talks to me and he wants to like sort of have interest to me. For me it was like I took it like a wow. It's like an honor and like I was very just pride of it. You know, it was like that he got the attention, you know, to me. But unfortunately, I made a mistake, you know.
Well, let's talk about it, man. This is crimes and misunderstandings. Like, so anybody that watches this show knows, I've been to prison. Like, so, like, you know what the thing is.
I was in prison too.
Yeah, well, that's why you're here. We're gonna get to that, but so that's why I say, like, when the judge was sentencing me, I went for cocaine trafficking, but like they gave me like 17 different crimes, and a lot of them were like for like bags, like tiny bags. And he goes for this crime and this crime and this crime, and I said, Your Honor, and it was during coronavirus. We're on Zoom, and he goes, Yes, Mr. Stewart. I go, You keep saying crime, crime, crime. I go, I'm from America. I go, These are misunderstandings. I thought I was getting 4 years. He gave me 6. I said, no more joke. I said, can we strike that from the record? He said, no. And long story short, I got 2 extra years longer than I thought. So we're here. We know you're here for a reason. The thing about I like about the fighters is that we're alpha males. We love to fight, but when our career ends or something like we need adrenaline. We need adrenaline. We need excitement, and sometimes we search for it in the wrong place. Is that kind of how you feel?
When I was young and I was like full of energy, I want to train, you know, like and achieve success doing my sport, boxing.
Yep.
Yeah, it was like sort of an adrenaline. To be honest, guys, I want to tell you one thing. When I started like a train boxing, or like consistently and like have a training proper, like after few or several even years doing boxing, I had that. I was like still like guys around me. They've been competitive, you know. Like I been in boxing longer than me and got more experience and got more skills even sometimes. And for me, when I was growing up as a boxer, for me, it was like a challenge for me to go to boxing gym because I was not even the big name in my town, even, you know, that time. So for me, it was like a challenge, and I was always been thinking maybe just give up and just do something else or just stop doing this, you know. But for me, it was just challenge, you know. For me, it was to admit that to give up and not go to that training session because I can get hit in the face, get a black eye or something like that, feel like a pain. It's sort of like I feel defeated a little bit sometimes. For me, it was like a more shame not to go there, not to take that challenge. For me, it was like I always every day, every training session for me was like a challenge to myself, you know. And I was like, I go. I better get punched in the face and suffer with the pain. Then I'm gonna stay at home or made up a story I got things to do, something whatever. It was I was going through that thing for a few years for sure, you know. And then I passed it, you know, and I started I became better than the other guys, you know. and I enjoyed sort of like. And,
Well, you're Russian, and you're. From what I've heard and from Google, you were actually not born. You were forged from steel, like Ivan Drago. This is true.
Oh my God! Again. Ivan Drago, Dolph Lundgren. He's not Russian, or he's Norwegian or something.
Whatever. Hey,
Austrian or something.
You know, they haven't quite come up with. There's a new invention. It's called comedy. They haven't come up with it in Russia yet, but I'm going to explain it to you. Okay. We're making jokes. Okay. So we know Dolph Lundgren isn't from there, and I know that if Rocky Balboa or Sylvester Stallone fought Dolph Lundgren, he would be still asleep today. But I know is
look at the size of Dolph Lundgren and Sylvester Stallone. Sylvester Stallone, he's a pure actor, and
exactly.
But Dolph Lundgren, he's a former like karate fighter or something.
Yeah, he did. I think he did everything. He did like K1. He did everything. He's like a legitimate fighter, like not like. So
yeah, he participated apparently several years back, maybe around 10 years ago. Dolph Lundgren participated in Russian TV show, fighting TV show. He was like fighting there with probably with one of the Russians, the first at UFC, one of kind of UFC. Oleg Taktarov. They had a fight or something. If I'm right, I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, because like boxers didn't mix with MMA back then, did they? Like it was like MMA is coming up, but like there's no way an MMA fighter could beat it. It was like it was a grudge. Like if you're an MMA fighter, you were anti-boxing, and if you're boxing, you're anti-MMA. Is that how it was? I mean, that's how it was in the States. Is that how it was with you guys also, or no?
Where?
Like in wherever you came from, when you started hearing about mixed martial arts, the UFC, all that stuff, and you start seeing guys like come out with one boxing glove and one fist, like fighting in the cage, and there was like a big disparity. It was almost like MMA was inferior at the time.
I got interested by UFC and like a mixed martial arts when I already was in Australia, like 2005, 2006. I was downloading that fights. I was living in Sydney. But Russian people like sort of dominated there, like Fedor Emelianenko.
Fedor Emelianenko. So Ryan, anyway, he fought Ryan Bader for his last fight, and it's funny. I was just saying, like, to scroll, like, how many people just showed up? Because Fedor, I mean, I think he was like poor and living out of his car, and like just fighting for just so he could eat. And at the time, I mean, maybe even still to this day, like the wages in Russia are very, very low.
Fedor now in politics.
Yeah.
He is a very respected man.
Yeah.
He's in politics. He's very like sort of a nice guy doing right things. He's very he's religious and he's a very positive person. Orthodox, yes. He's a religion Orthodox, and he's a very positive person and not
good guy.
He's a good image, great guy. He's a family man, and always he's very, very like a sort of like a right man. He's not doing wrong things. What sometimes like sometimes other like a man doing. He's not consuming alcohol and that kind of stuff. He
lives a healthy life.
A healthy life. Yeah. Yes, he was like undefeated for many years.
Yeah, he was the man, and he never sold out to the UFC. Like he didn't agree. Like the UFC didn't treat their fighters the way he liked them.
He went through like he got like a brother. He got two brothers. Alexander, his younger brother.
Yeah,
who is like a complete opposite sometimes.
He's an animal. He went to prison, right?
Yeah,
but
and he did he does mistakes,
But I don't know, but I feel like the most interesting people in the world make mistakes. Even Arnold Schwarzenegger, he goes, you know what? Sometimes he goes, take risks, break the law, do what you have to succeed. So I took his advice, and it didn't work out for me. But I'm not that smart, and I can prove it. But let's get on to your pro boxing career. Your pro boxing career, you came over here. You started with Kysta Tszyu. You went to Jeff Fittick, and tell me, correct me if I'm wrong. 26-0. Was it 26 knockouts?
Sometimes I think it's like could be but I think so. Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
you're killing me, man. It is. That's what it is.
I don't remember. Look, it started like more than 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Like
well, listen. So, Victor, I love you, bro. But like even today, I say, hey, Victor.
Plus, I have a fish memory.
That's what he said. But Victor's supposed to show up today. Like so at 4:00, and he called me last night. He said, "We'll be there at 4." I said, "Okay, cool." So I got everybody. Anyway, 3:45. I said, "I better call this Victor because I know him." Anyway, call him 3:45. He goes, "Oh, I'm on my way home." I said,
"Russian time, don't forget." I said, "I'm sorry for. I know. This is my bad. Timing is my absolute bad. All trainers, Jeff Fennick, many others, my sparring partners, they're waiting for me in the gym.
I remember.
And I'm coming like half an hour later sometimes.
Half an hour late? That's a lie. You were always like an hour and a half late. I remember, bro.
Really?
Yeah, but hey. And hey, Victor's an animal, man. But I love animals. But so he starts 26-0. 26 knockouts from, if you believe what's on Wikipedia. But Victor told me you don't like Wikipedia, do you?
I'm okay with Wikipedia. Why you don't like it? It's okay. I think it's the page about me. It's quite sort of like nothing wrong there. I can't say it's lies or whatever.
All right, so let's get out. So you've got this crazy like career, and then you go on to this show called The Contender.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it. First of all, let's talk. Remember the other night when you were giving me the juice? Do it now. Give me that juice.
Okay, let's do it. First of all, I would like to tell guys I've been busy in amateur career. I've been trained, sparring partners, sport camps, boxing camps, sometimes. And in Russia, boxing, it's incredible level. It's unbelievable on an incredible level compared to probably any country in the world,
Except for America, but
Except for America, America is a different planet. It's not a country; it's a planet.
That's it.
Okay, but then when I started professional career, I moved to professional boxing. I moved to St. Petersburg to live in 1998, I've been trained in best boxing club of that time in Russia, St. Petersburg. I was surrounded by good boxers. Mm-hmm. We got a team of good boxers. We got a good coach, unbelievably good coach. It's a chain of generations of coaches, who was passing their wisdom to next to each other, mm-hmm. And then it's like they pick it up, and we have great coaches, like Kusikans, who trained not Lomachenko, sorry, I forgot the Olympic champion, legendary Olympic champion. His name, he trained him.
Who's the guy that fought Danny Green with the mustache? When he broke Danny Green's nose, remember when Danny got the silver medal? He broke Danny's nose, and Danny was like, "Let's go." Remember? With the mustache. What was his name?
He became.
But he's legendary. Yes, he was he was the main man in Russia.
100%. I think probably I fought him in amateur boxing too, as well. That guy.
You fought the best guy.
But
ever
it was on the Russian championship or something, because I only participated twice in the Russian championship. Only twice, and first time, I broke my like a month before the competition. Mm-hmm. I broke my thumb in sparring. It was just last day of training camp for that competition. And we've been in a different town,
Yeah.
trained there, and the local guys who is like been already retired. They local guy. He's like a sort of like a local famous guy. He decided to have a sparring with me, like for show off with his friends.
Yeah.
And I didn't wrap my hands. I just put a glove on.
Yeah.
I said, we said like, oh, it's just like for fun, okay, just for fun. I didn't put
Hey, Victor, hey, listen, I already know you, but I remember you used to do this all the time. Let's go light, and as soon as, just for fun. It's just for fun. It's not so much fun for the other person.
Yeah, exactly. We said just for fun, easy. Okay, so I didn't even put my wrapping on. Put gloves in, and then he started like going hard on me, and I tried to hit him hard too, and then he tried to hit me harder than I had hit him, and then it's how end up like I don't even remember. I don't think he was even smaller than me.
Yeah.
But I tell you, look, the smaller guys, they are quicker. That's
the problem.
Yes,
it's the problem. It's like these big guys.
Yes, some big guys they don't.
They're so slow.
They don't exactly. It's a big thing. It's only like experienced boxers and coaches who train these guys. They know it. Usually they it's not like a really coming to your head like the small guy is nothing, you think, but he's quick. You can't even hit him because he's moving too quick.
So hey, I was in prison, and this guy I got in a fight with his uncle. I beat the uncle and the next day I become an artist. I'm drawing in my cell, and I feel something, and I turn around, and I see this guy. He's 5'1", like this, but he's sharpened this paintbrush is like this long, but sharpened it to a point. I'm looking at
wood one.
Yeah, wood one, but like sharpened to a point. And I turn around and say, "What are you doing?" And he goes, "Oh, you called my uncle a rapist." And I was like, "Well, it's in the newspaper. He is a rapist. Sorry, bud." But anyway, I go, "But what are you gonna do with that?" I chase him out of my cell, and all of a sudden they were all there. So I said, "All right, well, let's roll." And I tried to hit the uncle. I missed. And I missed. I fell down, and he came from behind. He tried to stab me through my neck. Luckily, because of I seen it, I just dipped my jaw, went through my jaw, knocked out my tooth, and I was like, hell no. This is why we're gonna get into like small guys. I chased this guy. I'm telling you right now, he should have played for the West Coast Eagles. I couldn't catch him to save my life, man. There was no getting even with him at all. So like when you say little guys are fast, they're devastating to big guys because we can't catch them. We can't catch them but when you do, you send them.
You're eventually gonna catch them anyway.
Yeah.
Because if it's happening in prison, it's all locked up, Unless he's gonna scream and yell for help and and someone else gonna come out. In a uniform and stop you.
I was a very well-behaved prisoner, so But that being said, But anyway, we will go back to
what we were talking about.
The little guys and their speed and like how big guys when you go to spar big guys and they go to hit you. Yeah, they hit it. Like if you sit there and wait for them, they'll knock you through the ring, but. That's what you said. Like little speed kills, is it right? Like the guys that are fast are harder than the ones that hit hard. Like I would rather fight power than speed personally.
Look, speed, even like no power, but speed. Eventually, that's what happened to me. When you get hit many times, your body can take it. But it's accumulating, combine all the one punch to another one, and eventually your body can say, or your brain can say enough, and you just going down, like your body switching off. It probably just to survive. That what happened to me.
You start thinking 4 o'clock is actually 6 o'clock. That's what happens. But so Vic, so you've started off 26-0. 26 knockouts. You've gone into the contender.
All right.
And this, you told me, is rigged. Is a script.
Yeah, 100%. It was a TV show, first of all. It's a product. For Australian TV.
Yeah.
And Australian TV is for Australia, and majority of people are Australians, of course. And to viewers, and also I think it was New Zealand as well was a part of viewers.
Yeah.
So they made up that product to sell it to Foxtel.
Yeah.
And to be sort of, then they had a script, And
Yeah, well, in America, it was huge. I used to watch it. Like, you'd see and it was so strange because in boxing in America, like, you would fight, like, the good guys would fight. The good guys would fight 2 times, 3 times a year max.
Yeah,
and all of a sudden, you're how long was the thing for? A month, 2 months?
Yeah, it's about, I think everything was like about a month or maybe like 5-6 weeks. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And I took that TV show just like I thought, okay, I had a fight coming up in America,
Right.
and I thought, okay, I'll go there just like I take it like a preparation,
Yeah.
like a training camp.
Yeah.
Especially, it was a super middleweight division as well, but it was hard for me to keep go through the weigh-in and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But they pay us.
Yeah,
they pay me. I was sort of like happy. And to be honest, that TV show Contender, Australian one, made me a really sort of like a popular.
So what? You made it to the 3rd round, right? You got to the 3rd. So you won 2 fights.
I went to the last day of the show that been made in Olympic Homebush, whatever they call it, Olympic Park or something in Sydney.
Yeah.
We stay in hotel and train like it's where it's built like a studio, whatever. There. It's all like there. And on the last day, they kicked me out from the show on the last day,
Yeah.
It was.
But did you fight? Did you fight, or did they just kick you out?
I fought. I fought in the last day, TV show day. I fought in a semi-final.
Yeah.
In the semi-final was the last day.
Yeah.
So the winner of one semi-final was Kenyan boxer, originally from Kenya, Australian, Karis Kariuki. He won semi-final fight against Nader Hamdan, Sydney fellow, Lebanese background. Nader Hamdan. Yeah, he's.
You say you said.
And I fought not a boxer at all. I fought a footy player.
Yeah.
And he got no boxing skills apparently. It's very low boxing skills, I would say. Can't say like completely.
Yeah.
But he's not a boxer, and I couldn't take it serious.
Yeah.
But he didn't even fight me. He just wrestled me in that fight. He just wrestled me.
Yeah. And they were gonna let you win. I mean, nobody is. So we talked the other night. You were on fire. You said, man, they're never gonna let like the final be a Russian guy against an African guy.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And I knocked African guy out like a year or 2 before. So I was like sort of like he was one of the favorite boxers who was supposed to. He went through the sort of like a final. Because if you in the final you win or lose the final, if you win the final, you have a opportunity to fight Mandin.
Yeah.
So apparently Mandin is a footy player. A footy player?
Yeah, I think he was playing rugby.
Rugby? Yeah.
I think.
I think it's
was it. Jago, was it rugby or footy? Did he play?
He played NRL.
Yeah,
rugby.
So he played rugby. Yeah,
rugby. Yeah. So look, I think like. It's one of the number one sport in Australia, pretty much.
Yeah.
AFL, NRL, yeah. It's now and also Mandin is one of them too.
Yeah.
Because back in the days he was a player of as well. Yeah, he came to boxing from. But I would like to tell again and make a note. Mandin is not just moved from one sport to another one.
Yeah.
His father was a good boxer.
Fighter. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's right.
Tony Mandin, yes, and he looked after his son. He trained his son.
Yeah.
It's like a generation. They got like a family.
Yeah. So he's just a good athlete. Like that was it. And so we have one of our very good friends. Like we're very good friends, both of us, with Danny Green. Danny Green, Mandin, biggest rivalry in probably in Australian history.
Plus Mandin, he used tactique I don't know, probably who teached him to use that tactic, and pissed off all Australian like people, especially like a white population, whatever. Talking bad stuff about settlers who moved to Australia and introduced sort of everything. Benefits of technologies and everything to local, like a sort of
so he became the heel. They called the heel, like the bad guy, like Jake Paul.
Yes, and he used that tactic so good.
Yeah.
So like the majority of Australians, especially white people, they want to see how someone going to beat him in a fight. And they I want to see, because he just pushing their buttons, and they go to pay money to watch that fight to get the opportunity, and he just pocketing that money,
but so the guy so my fighter X-Men, he fought MMA, judo, boxing, 350 amateur fights in South Africa.
You talking about X-Men?
Yeah.
Look, first of all, Xavier.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
He's a pure person, beautiful guy, mate. I know him personally, and
I remember you spar him all the time with us.
And even I met him after.
Yeah.
I met him after up north as well. He's a nice guy.
He's a nice guy. He's a
nice guy. That's it.
So, I lost my train of thought. What was I talking about before when I got into that? So
you're going on to
professional boxing career. All right, guys.
That's what he's telling. So he goes, "Hey, Grady, how do I make money in this sport?" And I said, "Bro, it's." So I was a promoter. I had the most televised cage fighting organization in the country, and I said, "Yes, if you're the best of the best, people want to see that, but." More so, because I learned this during our weigh-ins. We used to do weigh-ins in like local pubs. It was the two guys that hated each other the most that sold the tickets. They didn't get, nobody else cared about like how good they were. It was the rivalry. So I said, you have to make enemies. So who was the best guy to ever do it? Mayweather. Mayweather was the best.
Yeah.
Like you have to become, if you're not like a Pacquiao or
look, hold on. I won't say Mayweather is the best. I think that guy.
He's worth $1 billion, bro.
Yeah, but look, he's a self-promoter. That's why he made that amount of money. Yeah. But the best guy who started that kind of trash talk strategy to build attention to his fights.
Yeah.
Conor McGregor.
I'll tell you what, love him or hate him, Conor McGregor he's entertainment. Sometimes good entertainment, sometimes bad entertainment, but like the way that this guy did interviews, like I love the Diaz brothers because they're like just hard, but like the way that he just. But you know what? Behind the scenes, he actually loves these guys. Like you know that he knows how hard they work, and so all the guys that he loves, he gives them those fights to make their money. But on the way up, he has to talk. He has to sell the show. But the funny thing is that the average person won't understand that. But it's because. How it is in boxing? How many times have you been ripped off? How many times has a promoter lied to you? How many times has people take money from you that you weren't supposed to take money from? How many times?
How many times? Not many. Unfortunately, not many, but it happened. Yeah. Of course, I don't like it, and no one's gonna like it. It's like it's not fair. Well, it's no sport there. It's not fair.
You told me the most you ever got paid. With 75 amateur fights, 26-0 pro professional career. The most you ever got paid, $25,000. Somebody was robbing you.
Look, what I'm gonna say, mate? Because first of all, I would like to say, look, I'm a foreigner.
Yeah.
I moved to a different country.
Yeah.
And I'm not in Danny Green's shoes here.
Yeah,
born here in Australia and represent he got fans around him who who born here as well, and it's natural thing. I'm a foreigner. I'm never gonna be Aussie. Because I moved to Australia, but I born in a different country.
Yeah. So, but being a promoter, literally,
and you too, you're never gonna be Aussie as well.
but you know how you make money. Then either you're the nicest guy in the world and everybody loves you, and that's a hard one to do, or you go find a Danny Green and you start heckling them and be like, hey, you become an enemy of the Australian hero. And that's
yeah, but look,
but it's acting. You've got to act.
Yeah, I know.
It's acting.
I know.
That's it.
Look, it's first of all, me and Danny, we still in good. We're good boxing mates.
Yeah.
We met 2003.
Well, you talked to him the other day, didn't you? You called him to see how he's doing.
Yeah. He called me back. Actually.
Yeah.
I try to call him. I send him a message, Victor, my new number, and he called me back. He always pay respect to me, and I really appreciate it. And guys, I can't say. To be honest, I noticed Danny. He became a better person with the age.
Yeah.
In last maybe he's 10 years, so he's a last maybe several fights of his career. He became a better person than when I met him 2000 when I first time met him in Sydney. He was not that probably matured yet, popularity.
A lot of adrenaline, a lot of ego. Yeah,
it's ego, famous celebrity.
Yeah.
Lots of kind of thinking I'm the best, I'm that strong, I can whatever. Yeah. But he was sort of not ready, not maybe mature enough, but eventually, he's a real good guy at the moment,
he's always helped me. I love the guy, but I also know fighting, you included, fighters don't mess around. There is now we get older, but
look, Mandin avoided me.
Yeah,
when I moved to Australia, and with my coaching, Jeff.
What weight would you have fought him at? What weight?
I was super middleweight. I was super middleweight that time, and I remember Jeff Fennick when he trained me. He challenged Mandin team, and Mandin he said. When one of the Mandin's opponent pulled out from the fight, 1 week before the fight, he just put an article in newspaper that Victor gonna take that fight 1 week notice, and if Mandin gonna win and Victor lose that fight, Jeff will donate $100,000 to any Aboriginal community. He put it in newspaper, an article, and nothing happened. Mandin team just avoided it because it's big risk.
Yeah,
it's a business.
I know how hard you. He's not going to take you because you weren't that rival that they needed, and you hit so hard. I can knock him out and take everything from him. Yeah. There's no value to that fight.
Yeah,
there's no value to that fight.
Same happened with Danny Green when I trained with Jeff.
Yeah,
Jeff got some. He was he tried to target Danny and challenge Danny as well, and Danny just avoided same. Because he was not interesting at all, and which is a business smart idea.
I mean that's so people don't understand. The toughest guys aren't always the ones that get the shots. It's the ones that have pool, and then they have to have, in order to have maximum, because you want return on investment, you have to have the guy that is the rival that's going to pay the most money. You know what I mean? That's it. It's not, doesn't, you could have been the number one contender, but the money wasn't there for it, and so it's a business. It's a business thing.
Yeah.
So,
and also I would like to tell about the Mandin at the end and Danny Green.
Yeah,
in my opinion, they just different weight division guys.
Yeah. Well, didn't Danny almost they after he cut weight in his first time, he told me they tried 26 times to get IV into his veins that were collapsed. He couldn't get rehydrate and stuff like that. I mean, he cut so much weight for that fight.
Danny naturally just a bigger guy, heavier.
Yeah.
And Mandin is just lighter division weight, weight division guy, and he's a quicker and less power than Danny had.
Yeah.
Danny had power. Danny had power for sure.
Yeah.
You know, like.
And you would have sparred Danny over the years.
I sparred Danny many times, especially at the end of his career.
Yeah.
And I can admit Danny got power. You know, like
Yeah. And I mean, you should see his son. Like he's got this son Archie down, like hitting the bag, like
his son
Archie. So you want to hear something funny? So Danny's brother lived like right across the street from me, and Archie, his son, is like 10 years old. He comes over, and he rings my doorbell, and he's like, "We've got a lemonade stand." He goes, "Can you come buy some lemonade?" I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." So I come over there with like $10. I said, "How much is the lemonade?" He goes, "It's $5." I said, $5 for a lemonade. I goes, "Yeah." He packs the glass this high, full of ice, literally that much lemonade, like that. I'm like $5 for like 20 mils of lemonade.
See, good business, man.
So I tell this guy, I said, "Archie," I said, "Are you for real?" I said, "Are you for real?" I said, "You're gonna fill that. You're gonna fill it up again." He goes, "You're gonna pay me again?" And I was like, "I'm not paying you." He goes, "You are gonna pay me." And I was like, "I am." So I was like, "Well, all right." Well, I give him another one. He filled up my same thing, give me this much lemonade, and when I turned around, bang, liver shot, man. I was like.
Wow.
I was like, he was 10 years old. I said, "This kid's crazy." Now you see him hitting the bag, and he looks impressive, man. He looks pretty good.
Look, again, about my amateur and professional career. When I started my professional career, I've been surrounded by many coaches.
Yeah.
We had like one of the best gyms in Russia at that time.
Yeah.
And lots of boxers, sparring partners,
Yeah.
big team. It was a huge team, one of the best club at that time. The boys from my club had like international boxing careers, European world champion, like Asian, like a Pacific Intercontinental champions. Eventually, one of them, Roman, he became world champion. Moved to United States to America. He became world champion, proper ones. Signed up with Don King, and but then after he passed his prime time, he lost his fight, and like his not the last fight, he fought in Australia with against Daniel Gill. And unfortunately, he copped too many injuries on his head during his career. And Daniel Gill, who is not a puncher, technically a technical fighter and points fast guy, he just stopped him in the last round, mind. And he went to the hospital for some brain damage thing, you know, it was like a couple of days. He just stuck in the hospital and. Apparently, I spoke to Roman about it, and Roman grateful to Gary Francisco, I think, was a promoter of that competition and that fight.
Yeah,
I think Gary Francisco, or if I'm not wrong, he paid for all that hospital things, and they look after him, and then he flew back.
Which is rare in the sport because, like, man, you get. Especially guys like you've been through the wars, man. You even said like your brain, like your memory's no good. I look at your eyes the other day. You got so many cuts on your eyes, and there's no union for you guys. There's no like retirement. That's it. And then all of a sudden, these guys that are so tough, and then their career ends, and they have to do it hard.
In America, it's at least it's kind of done. It's the boxers they done it more properly, you know. Everything, more properly in American.
Man, they don't do it too good with the fighters there either.
Over here, it's not.
Well, you know, Australian boxing
you can come
level.
from overseas to fight Australian boxer, and you're not covered at all. You have no health insurance, nothing else. If something happened to you, who gonna pay for that?
That's
right. But in America, they at least they have it. You know, like it's properly done, and then you pay tax from your money. You pay tax as well.
They pull it straight out of your check.
Not here.
So, I know. I'm a promoter, and I know how it works. But I always took care of my fighter. Like every fighter that ever fought for me was the biggest payday they ever had. Because I believe I understand the fighter, man, and like how hard it is.
Because look, in America, it's a proper business, and boxers sometimes they make millions of dollars, and it's a big money.
Yeah,
and they have a person on every big fight. They have a person from tax agency, like taxation office, who is just watching everything, and also like I think they controlling the money wise stuff as well, which is not here going on. It's all like a kind of goes around.
Everybody knows. Hey, there's fighting has a very interesting protocol. Like there's money to be made if you know the right people. You know when the fighters are going to win, and then you know when the fighters are going to fight.
I fought. When I was with Kysta that time, one of the Russian-speaking guys originally from Odessa, I think.
Yeah.
He became like we met, and he just tried to be my friend and that kind of stuff. And then he tried to be. He said, "Oh, you know what? I want to do promotion for you." So he did a promotion for me in Townsville. Some. Title fight or something.
Yeah. So Townsville, just for those the people that don't, that's the Great Barrier Reef area. That's the where you go for the Great Barrier Reef. We're on the other side. Actually, where we're at, I shouldn't say it, but it's the most beautiful city in the world. I've traveled all over the world. How good is this place? How beautiful is Perth?
With the hill and the climate,
the like crystal clear water, white sand beaches. There is no city better than Perth. Like. Very few homeless people. The architecture is here beautiful. Like Perth is the best.
So in Townsville, I supposed to get like $12,000 for the fight.
Yeah.
And I sort of like and I told my promoter, I'm not coming on a way in. I'm not coming I'm not stepping on scales till you paid me money in advance.
Yes. That's right. Well, that's how you. So a lot of times, that's how you got to get paid.
So look what happened. He paid me in advance. His girlfriend or partner, Western Union money to my coach or something.
Yeah.
That time, Igor Golubev, who trained actually Team Tszyu.
Yeah.
For his last fight, training for last fight or for his career, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm probably only the one guy who got paid for that competition, because that guy, the promoter, Russian-speaking guy, didn't pay to anyone.
Yeah.
He didn't pay to local guys who organized it, who for the event, for the venue. He didn't pay anyone. He just said, "I'm bankrupt. That's it. Bye bye."
Yeah.
And he just ripped off everyone. It was like a fraudy guy. Fraud.
Right, but I'll tell you, as a promoter, like I've always.
Unfortunately, in boxing and that kind of show business, we got lots of people like that who want to make money and rip off everyone around and just that's it.
It's really hard. It's really hard because I was a promoter, man.
By the way, I would like to tell about the Kysta's last fight and Kysta's not Kysta, sorry, Team Tszyu.
Okay, that's it. Let's go for this. Yes. Now we're going. Let's go.
Yeah, finally. So look, I trained with Igor Golubev. He was my coach. 2005.
Yeah.
I stayed with Kysta for 1 year, and Igor was my trainer, and we trained in Tszyu Boxing Academy. That gym is a good gym, and I was living around. But that Igor Golubev, in my opinion, he's a great guy. As a person, he's a great bloke. He works hard. He trying to do his best. He always stay in the gym and do. But he's not a coach. He doesn't know boxing.
Yeah.
He's not. And how the hell? What Igor Golubev, who he made a boxer? Other than Team Tszyu or whatever.
Yeah.
And. Russian guy knocked him out, and his trainer was Armenian guy who lives in
he was a tough guy.
In California, and his coach, they just sat down and watching and study how to beat Team, watching his fights.
Exactly.
And they said, look, his technique is funny, that Team Tszyu technique is funny. When he throw like a jab, he just dropping his right hand, and they've been practicing that left hook, and then that's how they beat team just dropped him with a left hook or whatever it is, They just study and train exactly what they were practicing to how to beat team because he got holes in his boxing technique. And why he got holes in his boxing technique? Because Igor Goldov, I was watching his training team walking with a ball.
Yeah.
That medicine ball, heavy medicine, and the team hitting that ball. What the hell is this?
Yeah. Yeah.
I never seen in my life. Who is doing this? It's like I don't know. You can hold a boxing bag and do the same. I don't know. In the ring, why? You need the boxing coaches. They have pads, and that's how you do it, mate. Yeah. But not the back or medicine ball holding like this. Yeah. This is crazy. And I'm telling you, look, Igor Golubov, not a coach, not a good coach at all. Yeah. He can train maybe people for fitness. He's good to check time, open the gym, wipe the floor. He's great in it. But as a coach, he's not a coach. Yeah. We call these guys in Russia a stamp. Yeah. That it's not a tree with alive trees and branches. And it's a stamp. It's nothing there. But this is what it is, It's all like a sort of business stuff, and he's his uncle, his uncle, and it's sort of like money for the family and that kind of stuff. What else I want to say? Also, Kysta, he flew to America for the fight.
I gotta take a rest. I gotta pee real bad, real quick. I come right back.
Yep. Because I want to talk about Kysta that he came to America, visit to America, fucking.
Wicked, man.
It's fucking stupid shit he did.
I think was it Valery Popinchenko, the Olympic gold medalist?
Lomachenko.
Was it Lomachenko? The Soviet boxer won an Olympic gold medal.
Yes, not Pop.
Yes,
you're right, Valery
Popinchenko.
Popinchenko.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. Yes, that one. Yes, but I think you just pronounce his surname a little bit like.
Yeah, probably bad.
Yes, you're right. That guy. Yes, he was like a real legend, mate. His boxing style and the way how he was fighting. It was like really incredible back for the days. Yeah, unfortunately, he died like a young age. So some drama happened. But his coach, he trained the coach that trained Roman and us as well. And he was my trainer for a time as well in St. Petersburg. Yeah. That name is, his trainer was Kusikians. I think he's like even like Armenian or something. But he was a really old guy when I trained in St. Petersburg. He was a really old guy. He was coming to the fights. He was like a celebrity and like a very respected man, Kusikians, yeah.
Yeah, because 1964, I think, is when he won the gold medal for Olympics.
Yeah. Long time ago.
And the guy that, I think the guy that broke Danny Green's nose was Alexander
Lebzak. Yes, Lebzak, yes, yeah. Alexander, he's a very nice guy. He was a captain of national boxing team in Russia.
Yeah.
For that time, he was like quite aged fella already, one of the oldest. He got big experience, and he was like really, he knows lots of jokes and always talking. He's a nice guy, he was a nice guy. He's not like, he never been like, he did only one professional fight. I remember being on that competition in Uzbekistan.
Yeah.
And he been on, but he said after that, he said, thanks guys, thanks for your money, beautiful, but I'm not going to do it anymore. That's it. Because his boxing style, he was sort of got tired of that activities, boxing activities. He was
light heavyweight.
And he was for a long time, and he just like he wasn't interesting. And also, it's not his, like, he got no power in his hands.
Yeah, yeah.
And he was more like a technical boxer, and it's not like that great for viewers, maybe point stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah, and he just said, thank you guys, but I'm out.
Because in MMA, you got the heavier guys seem to go like longer in their career. Like they got Stipe, who just fought, I think it was 42. In boxer, is it the lighter guys that go for like longer in their careers, or is it the heavier guys?
For sure, heavier guys, of course.
Heavier guys.
Yeah, because heavyweights they don't need to do weight to lose weight, for scales. But the light guys, they always had to drop weight, and it's kind of drain the body, and people getting tired and sick of it, and they just want to relax and enjoy their life, because and also it's like a heavyweights, they got power, but like
How long does it take you?
what are we talking about?
We're talking about Kysta Tszyu. What was he talking about?
Yeah. He made a bad favor for his son, mate, for fucking coming to America and do that fucking interviews and celebrity.
Bring the heat now. Now let's bring the heat.
You like it, yes?
I want you to talk as much shit as you want, man.
Yes.
Let's talk shit.
Look, I have a reason. I have a reason to talk shit about Kysta because
You
he's
ready to go?
He's a
Yeah.
fuckhead, mate. He's a absolute fuckhead, mate.
There we go.
All right, just say that you're back from the.
right.
Can I use that language or no?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure. Hey, Victor, I want you to be savage like you were before, because like it's been rated G now. Let's go.
Okay.
All right, there we go.
I don't like it, but I'll try my best.
You do you, but like let it, whatever you got on your chest, let it out.
Okay. Yeah.
All
Okay.
right. You ready?
Yeah.
Diego? All
Yep.
right. We're back from our break. I'm here with Victor Oganov, a sensational boxer, an extremely interesting character. And, he's going to talk about who he worked with and how they've treated him, and his perception of boxing, how it is in Australia. He's hard as nails. I know him personally. I love the guy. He's a savage, but here he goes. Let's go. Talk to us. So you have an opinion on Tim Tszyu. First of all, let me ask, is it true that Kysta Tszyu hasn't seen his son Nikita fight or even seen him in years? Is that true?
I don't know much about that family anymore because I spoke to, before that last fight, I think maybe a few months ago after my returning from Russia, several months ago, I spoke to Natasha, Tim Tszyu mom, and Kysta's ex-missus.
Okay. Is she a good lady?
In my opinion, she's a good lady. She's a good woman, a good mother for her children. And I have only few things to describe and what I know myself. When I moved to Australia with my family first time and I joined Kysta's team, I was waiting for 3 months. I was waiting just for invitation to Australia from Kysta. Sitting in Russia and waiting like this for 3 months.
Because he told you he was bringing you over, right?
Yes.
And I remember you were telling me the other night.
We didn't sign any contracts, but he said, I'm going to bring you over. Done. We shake hands. I give you everything you need. I will look after you. I will give you sponsors and this.
Was this the truth?
He didn't do anything like that. No, he done nothing.
He did nothing.
He done nothing.
I mean,
I came to Australia. I bought my own on myself. I bought by myself airfare tickets. I came to Australia.
Yeah.
I actually started to live in Kysta's. It's like a granny house at their backyard. You know.
I mean, that's how close you were to their family. You're literally living in their backyard.
Kysta, that time, he fought. Ricky Hatton.
Oh, Ricky Hatton.
Ricky Hatton. It was his last professional fight.
Yeah.
Ricky Hatton gave him like a pressure.
He quit on the stool. Yeah.
Yes, and Kysta didn't come out on the last round. He just they gave up. That decision made with the corner, and Ricky Hatton won. And after that, he's back to Australia. I was still living in that granny house with my wife.
What do you mean greenhouse? Like a garden house, or the house was colored?
Granny flat.
Granny flat. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
sorry.
okay, cool,
Yeah,
okay.
granny flat.
I was
yeah.
like, hey, what this guy stuck you in the
No,
vegetable patch?
it was a bedroom. It was a bedroom, toilet, shower, like a bathroom. Whatever.
Yeah.
And I think it's like a next. They got like a sauna or next to it. So as well. Yeah, and a pool. I think,
So,
and a tennis court. I was for sure. Costa got a tennis court.
Because he's a great tennis player, and I'm sure you are too.
He got money back in the days, definitely.
Yeah. So, but like in Russia, like I come from America, you can play tennis because it's like sunny all the time. In Russia, I've never been there, but I love the women. They're like the most beautiful women in the world. But the weather, I just see like snow everywhere. Where can you play tennis in Russia?
Indoor.
Indoor.
You can play, no problem.
Sharapova, is she Russian?
Yeah.
Okay, well.
Look, you can be Russian, but you can train and live even overseas for all your life. But still going to be Russian. If you have rich parents or relatives, they can look after you, and you can train and live in America, maybe some of the...
because they pay good. So I don't want to get sidetracked, but like the pay in Russia, like the average person, so I was in family court the other day, and I heard this lady, she's a Russian lady, she's like, I can't go back to Russia. I'll make $400 a month. And I was like, whoa, like $400 a month. Is that actually true? This was like a couple weeks ago. Is that how much money they make or no?
$400 a month.
Yeah, that's what she said. If she goes back there, she was telling like the, I don't know, public defender or whatever, like the legal aid lawyer that. If
possibly, it's like.
So I mean, but
look, I would like to say like probably average salary. Like a good salary could be like a month. It could be like maybe $1,500. $1,500 a month. It's good. It's because of the price.
You live good that for $1,500. You live good, or you live very average, like apartment.
Look, I can't tell. Depends. It all depends. On everything else, but to live, but of course the economy is not that great, especially now and all that. Like, I was working in Russia for a short time myself, maybe, and I was doing. I was unlicensed security officer, unlicensed.
Where in Russia?
In Russia, they call it in the highest building in Europe. It's a Gazprom building in St. Petersburg. Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
It's nice building, top. It's like really looking like Lachta Center. Lachta Center, and on that place is a Gazprom, and 2 levels of that building we were looking after as well. It just belongs to the state, sort of like a close to government person. I forgot his name, but he owned, and he's a leader of that Gazprom company. Forgot. So we were contractors. It calls unlicensed security officer. They call it just controller.
You keep shit down, like somebody get out of control.
Yeah, no, we were just sitting on a gate. Who coming in, and we just our responsibility was just to check that person is on a list and have authority to go through. That's it.
Is it?
Yes. And so, there's no authority to go through if you're not there in our papers. Sorry, mate, you can't come in. You need to go back.
Victor, you're such a character to me. Like, I see people like in cartoons.
I was doing 24 hours shift there.
24 hours?
20 fucking 4 hours. It's a fucking I was like hiding in a fucking. I was not sleeping for 24 hours. Imagine.
What?
So I was.
But how did they, I mean, like, how could they expect you to do that? Like, what,
How?
Like,
No, they do it, man.
They didn't say you just do it.
Look, the people apparently people do it in Russia, but even because we have like look, we've been contractors. We were getting paid twice less than direct employers of the company were paid, doing the same sort of thing.
I got you.
Because my friend, friend from my born town, who actually was doing boxing before me, and he was helping me to get into boxing first with him. Alex, his name. He was like taxation office policeman or something for many years after military service. Yes, and then he went there. He went, and after retired, he fucking look. I got mates. We were doing boxing together. Yeah. They even younger than me. Now they fucking retired, man.
Yeah. All right,
they got pension from government. You know, because
how much is a pension? How much is a pension from a government?
Maybe not much, but still all right. You know, like people can live on that money and like enjoy their life and do something, maybe side job, whatever thing. You know, like
yeah. All right, I'm going to spruce this up.
Okay, we go back to our theme.
I'm going to spruce this up for a second.
We want to talk about the team. And you asked me about team's mom. Look, I tell you one thing. Yeah, when I moved to Kysta's gym and to Australia, because I lived in a fucking granny house for a bit, and then I moved to, but then I got sick of it. And after a week, I start rent myself a unit. I think it's 2-bedroom unit. I started to rent by myself.
Right here
in Sydney.
And
I moved out. You know, like because fucking what the fuck? I'm gonna live there when on someone's backyard and like you know, like and I not even know how long I'm gonna be there, and I probably would stay there till they were gonna get sick of me, you know. And but I didn't want that, so I just moved out myself. I just I paid. I brought some money from Russia. I paid for my airfare. I came here.
How'd you get the money in Russia? How did
I just sold my car.
That's it.
$10,000 US I got, you know.
10,000 US for
Okay. And that's how I came to Australia with $10,000 US in my pocket.
Yeah, and you felt like that could get you going. No worries.
Yeah, I thought I'll be all right because he told me I'm gonna look after you, mate. You know, the Costas told me, but nothing. He done nothing at all and was doing nothing.
So you told me,
look, my first car in Australia, I paid $400 or $200. It was like a Honda Civic, like a 25 or 20 years of age. I paid for that car. It was noisy car, whatever. It was crazy, man. You know, I didn't have a car even for a long time. I was riding a push bike. I was riding push bike, going to shopping, next shopping and training sessions as well. You know, like it was crazy. My wife pregnant. My wife was pregnant, and look, we got back to the talk. I remember now. Fish memory. I remember now. We were talking about Natasha. Look, Natasha, when I was training and everything, Natasha came visiting us, my wife.
Yeah.
We were living in an apartment.
Wait, your wife, so I read your wife's name is Svetlana?
Yes. We call her Lana here. She call her Lana because it's easier.
Yeah.
So, Svetlana, for English-speaking people, it's not easy, Svetlana, to say. Yes, you done very well. You done very well. Yes. So, thanks. Lana. And she was pregnant when we came here. She was with a belly like this, you know, like he's 19 years of age, my son.
So your oldest daughter, I read, like
she was 5. She made and born in Russia. Yeah. My son, made in Russia, born in Australia.
Made and born in Australia. So
yes,
my daughter was made in Cuba.
Here you go.
Made in Cuba, born in Perth. And so I argue with the mom. I say, so her birthday is November 1st, but because she was made in Cuba is Halloween, October 31st. I say her birthday is Halloween.
Yeah, you know, in some countries they should accept the citizenship where you made as well. not just born, you know.
Yeah.
What the hell?
That's it.
Exactly.
Well, like America now, they're just handing out like I don't know what's going on there, but so let me ask you that.
So look, Natasha came to visit my wife.
Yep.
And she asked her, "Where are you washing your clothes?" So the laundry, we are living on a third floor level, or maybe it's a ground floor, first and second, on a second floor. Yes.
Yep.
So it's like a third level, but it's a second floor.
Yeah.
Unit. But laundry is on basement.
Yep.
She went with my wife to check up that basement place.
Yep.
And she asked, "What is here? What is that?" And it's just, it's a Victor's clothing, training clothing. And how you washing? You have no washing machine. How you wash it? Just here in a bath, just with hands. So my wife was pregnant. She was
With your son.
with my son.
And your daughter was born in which city in Russia?
Yes, and my daughter was here that time in Sydney.
But where was
5.
she born in Russia? What city? Is that St. Petersburg?
No, Syktyvka, my born town.
Oh, that's the one you told us
Yeah.
about before. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. And in 2000, and when Natasha heard that and watched that, my wife told her that I'm washing my husband training clothes by hands. It's nothing like no problem. She just mentioned it.
Yeah.
Natasha's reaction was like she'd been living in Australia, I don't know how many years, probably
Her husband's loaded like
10,
20
15 years
yeah,
maybe.
yeah,
And Costa was
rich
guy,
yeah.
And so, but Natasha didn't say anything. He just left shortly. She left our place, but my wife been surprised. 1 or 2 hours later, someone knocked to the door or ring the bell, and it was a delivery boys with a washing machine, from the store. Yes, mate. So Natasha, that's what Natasha did, man. Not Costa at all. Natasha did.
So there's good people in this world, man. Like
Of course, and look at and it's a big difference. I know myself who is Natasha and who is by the small things and who is Costa.
Yeah.
Look, also after that defeat to Chechen Russian guy in America, team defeat, last fight by knockout.
Yeah,
I spoke. I saw.
You're talking about Tim Tszyu, yeah?
Tim Tszyu, yeah. I saw Tim's opponent.
So he's lost twice now. He lost to the guy that was
Second fight, the last one, the current.
Yeah,
one.
what's that? 6'9" guy's name. What was his name?
I'll get it.
So that fella, he just said that Natasha came after the fight when her son lost. Natasha came to his dressing room and spoke with him. Like she said, I would like to say congratulations to you because I know you have mom, and your mom is worried about you, as well. But my congratulations. All the best, whatever, and she left. So look,
She sounds like a beautiful human. Like
exactly. No one. I never heard something like that before.
Yeah.
And someone else did it in her situation.
Yeah.
She did, and that fella, he did that interview on YouTube or somewhere, I don't know. He did it on Russian language. I'm not sure if because we don't know in Australia here or Western world, because maybe that kind of thing not translated, it's not been on English, but Natasha did, and also I would like to say that about the Costa. Costa came on his last fight, and he was like walking around like a celebrity.
Yeah.
He liked the boxing attention to him, to the person, boxing legend, and that kind of stuff. And the Costa did a bad favor in Russia. We call it медвежья услуга, which means a bad favor, like a bear favor, like a bear always like a uncoordinated guy. He wanna help you, but he can stomp on your feet and just damage you. That's what Costa did. He was walking around and with his son next to him and talking about his son future career, next fight.
Yeah.
What the hell? You need to just focus on your son, not on yourself. And talking about in the cameras and everything, But I think he just brought his son attention away and relax his son, not tell him to worry about his next fight coming up, and it's coming in a couple of days, and be, hey mate, just, hey son, you need to calm down. You don't need to talk about anything and worry about anything. You need to win that next fight. This is your main sort of thing, in your career. Because if you're gonna lose, you need to wake up or something else. But they were laughing. They were talking about the future career, whatever they're gonna do.
Looking past the fight.
Yes, exactly. That's an easy fight or something. But not it was a really bad favor. He did a bad favor, and he was like, back in the day, Kysta, I remember he was that moment on the interview. He was saying, back in the days, I was paying for my family, but finally they paid for my airfare to America for now. Now it's their time to pay. I'm happy. I'm so happy now.
Yeah.
It's all about about who's paying. What the hell?
Yep. So
Tim Tszyu lost to Bakram Matazelev.
Is that
Bakram Matazalev?
Okay, that was the last fight. Who was the guy that was 6'9" that came in and I hate tall fighters are so hard to fight, and he was a last minute fill-in. What was that guy's name? I forgot as well. 6'9", and Tim Tszyu, he can't be more than 5'10".
It was like a kind of like a cut or something, or headbutt or something.
You got cut by you're fighting somebody 6'9", and you're bleeding out of your eye. You can't see. I seen your eye. The other day, I look at you.
Look, first of all, team. They're using
Sebastian Fundora.
Yes, Fundora. They're using pretty much. They're using Wool team back in the days. His father team.
Yeah.
Maybe it's adjusted with a little bit adjusted, like a best of the best, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And but they had that experience with his father,
Yeah.
And they're using that kind of team, the best of them, And it's not bad, I guess, not bad idea.
Yeah.
But still, again, it's Australia, and it's Australia, and compared to a world level, a best world level, which is in America or maybe some other countries.
I feel like
it's more like a business team,
Well, I feel like in America, man, it's business. So, boxing, unlike MMA, you are fed especially if you're a good amateur, you're fed guys that you could go bang, 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 build up a good record really quick, even though it's you're fighting nobody, and then they start really promoting you and then putting you against the great fighters, and it's so you build this big giant record against guys that are not. Really.
For example, I would with the Fundora fight, when team was losing fight, he got a card.
Yeah.
Why the bloody didn't stop the fight? Why his team didn't stop the fight and let his team suffering with that card and not seen whatever properly and try to thinking, maybe he gonna knock him out, maybe he knocked Fundora out in the last round, in the last seconds,
But you as a fighter, your eyes cut. You can't see. Do you want your corner to stop it, or do you want that last chance to knock him out?
It doesn't matter what I want. I have a cornerman, man, who's gonna talk to me, and he said look, Victor. I give you one more round. If you're not gonna knock him out, we're gonna stop the fight. That's what the corners in America they do.
Yeah, I've thrown in
many times.
So I trained Rob Power Drill. He fought in the IBF Hall of Fame with Mike Tyson and Roy Jones were sitting right next to us. He fought the I can't remember the guy. He was
Rob Power Drill. Rob Power Drill.
Yeah.
I think it reminds me. Who was it? That guy,
Damien Hooper. Damien Hooper. He knocked out the Olympian Damien Hooper.
Guys, can you check up box track record of Anton Solopov?
Yeah. So anyway, we were in that. I've never stopped a fight for a fight, but I've taken Rob man. He's such a nice guy. He's got tattoos on his face, tattoos on everything. But this Russian guy drop him like 4 or 5 different times, and the ref wasn't stopping it. There's Mike Tyson sitting next to us, Roy Jones sitting next to us, like everybody's seen. And I know he wants that last chance to land, and I threw the towel in. But after the fight, he goes, "When's the weigh-in?" And I said, "What?" He asked me for 3 days when the weigh-in was and when we were fighting. So I know at the end, like I made the right call, but it's hard because you guys work so hard and you want that glory. It's a gladiator sport. You want that glory, but like it's a hard call for a corner, in my opinion.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, so
100%. Yeah, it's
Anton's last loss was to Tursenboy, November 8th.
what about the fight happening? You lost to Perth fella. From Perth. Maybe it happened in Perth.
who's that?
Not Power Drill. I think it's different fella, but one of Ron actually trained that guy. He's a kickboxer, former kickboxer.
Yeah, I don't know. So okay. Now we're on to another subject. You've come to Australia, in Russia.
Yeah. I trained with the good coaches, with the good sparring partners, with a good team, and I came to Australia.
Okay, let's get past
and one
that.
year I trained with Igor, who is current uncle of team, and his team's Tszyu, and Nikita Tszyu's coach, current one.
Yep.
And I'm telling you, he's a good guy, but he's not a boxing coach. To be honest, not that level. He doesn't know what he's doing. In my opinion.
So I mean, like you know, boxing in America,
and look, and my boxing after being in Australia, especially in Perth, where the old boxing clubs have been shut down.
There we go. That's what I want to
My
get to.
boxing start going down. Yeah. That's what it is, mate. Naturally.
So does the underworld
Daniel Dawson.
Daniel Dawson.
Yes, Daniel Dawson knock Anton Solopov out, and I was like, and thank you, Daniel Dawson, for that, because back in the days I was
Daniel Dawson's a great guy. I know that
because look, I never like Anton. Anton Solopov is a Russian guy.
Mm-hmm.
I never like. We trained in the same gym, same coach 1 year, and I never like. I couldn't understand that guy.
Yeah.
And also, I never like. As a person, I never like Costa.
Yeah.
As a person, he's a piece of shit. Finally, piece of shit. Dumb. He's a dumb idiot, man.
Okay.
It's probably. Yeah, I won't say more, but
But carry on.
I want.
Okay, look.
It's a family thing. They got that in a family tree thing. A little bit like not much brain or something. Costa's a Hall of Fame of boxing for sure.
Of course.
Costa is a moron. He's an idiot. I tell you, after being with him 1 year. 1 year, and my visa was finishing 2006.
Yeah.
I got my son. I paid for my son's birth, $2,000. I had to pay for labor, go to take my to labor to hospital, $2,000 because I was fucking on tourist. No, I was sponsorship.
Entertainment visa.
No, sponsorship visa.
Okay.
Business visa, sponsorship business visa, doing boxing.
Yep.
I couldn't work.
Mm-hmm.
Officially, I couldn't work other than boxing at all. But on a fucking weekends, I had to go working on a construction sites, private, just for cash money, man, motherfucker.
Can I just? I know you probably remember vaguely, but the first time I met you. They say, "Hey, you've got to go meet this guy Victor," because I was promoting fights, and I went to this Irish bar, and when I went there, there's like people carrying this unconscious guy out, and like what happened? And they're like, "Oh, that Victor, the guy was so obnoxious, he got like." Started poking Victor, and Victor just punched him. Victor was the bouncer and knocked him out cold. This is how I met Victor.
No.
That's the first time.
I don't remember. No, it never happened.
Please.
Come on, I'll be arrested. I would be arrested that time.
Years ago. Nobody's gonna arrest you now for it. But hey, that's how I met you. You don't remember? It's that little walkway off of Murray Street.
I know. I worked that place for a while. It's the best. It's Irish pub, old Irish pub, best venue, best Irish crowd, and also the staff, the Irish guys, management, the best.
Yeah, you love them. You love.
I love them.
And then you work also for another friend of mine, Robbie, that owned Onyx, and but like, let's put it, man. You're. Like, I love you, man. Like you're hard to say. You worked security on the railroads.
I really like. I don't really remember I punched anyone on doors unless they punched me first. You know.
Of course, that's probably what happened.
I only can defend myself, you know, and I do always, you know.
Yeah, well, you should. I mean, there's nobody should be allowed to assault you. Period. But I remember you work on the train station. Like you're fighting, man. You've got this awesome record, and you're working at the train station, and you used to come to my house. Like remember it, and you told me people would throw bricks at you and stuff like that. Remember on and they would steal bikes.
Yeah, sometimes happened to me all the time. That thing's happening to me all the time. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Even not long ago, a couple of years ago, I was working at night on a Perth train station. I was working there.
Yeah.
Doing scaffolding.
Yeah.
And we park our personal cars on next to the stairs, like up to the train station, on a pedestrian behind the bus stop.
Yep.
But I noticed some guy just sitting. Was around 11 p.m. time, dark, and some guy sitting next to my car, you know. And I'm just like, oh, guys, I'm gonna go down, better check up because I don't want to come back and see my window smashed and maybe my backpack is pulled like stolen or something. Yeah. Because I went down and I telling that guy, he was apparently he was drunk and sitting there, some taller than me, Caucasian white guy, and I was taking my stuff out of the car and I telling him, hey mate, it's nothing. I'm not leaving anything in my car. It's so good, you know. Like I'm taking everything. Yeah. And this idiot, he just opened the door on the other side and put his head in to check up on it. You know, if I'm not lying to him.
Mistake.
And I was like, what the hell are you doing? Yeah. Get the fuck out from my car, mate. Hey, what are you doing? Yeah. And then I was like, I told him that sort of like a thing, you know, like I yelled to him, get the hell out of here, mate. Yeah. Don't touch my car and doors or whatever. He just opened it and put his head in, mate. I was so pissed off, and I was like, I knew he's gonna smash my car window, and after if I didn't do it, if I didn't pull everything out, and bloody hell, I was locking doors, just about to press the button to lock doors.
Can I ask you a question?
He was behind me. And
did he accidentally slam his face into your fist?
After he hit me. He hit me first twice in the fucking face.
He punched you.
He punched me twice in the face. First. Here we go. He hit me twice in the face. But I'm telling him, probably my little boy, 8 years of age that time, could have hit harder. And look, and you know what happened then? I grabbed him with the left hand around his neck, and I hammered him with the right hand like maybe. I made a police report afterward. Yeah, I said more than once. So then I dropped him on his belly. I pulled his hand behind his back, and and I had to call police. You know, I did citizen arrest. Yeah. Yes.
I love how this goes.
Yes, citizen arrest.
So we'll start wrapping this. But through boxing, obviously, especially in Australia, the underworld is involved in boxing here. Is it like that in Australia? Does the underworld get involved in all kinds of boxing there, or no?
Yeah, yes, exactly. In Russia, in former USSR, Ukraine, Kazakhstan, it's a government-built structure. It's not like here. Yeah. It's all individuals, people enthusiastics. You know, like they want to be coaches. They want to be someone.
They want their guys to win.
One day, in my opinion, after watching a Rocky movie, your favorite Rocky movie, we're back to this. After watching a Rocky movie, they wake up next morning. Wow, I can train champions, bro. Yeah, that's it. Let's and they pull out their cars from their garage,
Yeah.
roll the door, hang up boxing bags in their garage, put the floor mats.
And they got a gym.
There we go. That's the gym. Yeah, come champions. I'm going to train you.
Yeah.
That's it, man. You know, in Russia, to do back in the days, to do at least this, or to train people, group of people, or even kids, especially kids, you need to finish full-time TAFE 4 years, or university.
For coaching.
For coaching. It's the same like
Makes
a
sense.
school
Makes
teacher.
sense.
School teacher, physical education.
Makes sense.
You need physical education, teacher education, whatever, to get, you know?
Yeah.
Exactly, equivalent, to be a coach.
Yeah.
Of course, now it's a bit changed in Russia. I haven't been in Russia for a long time. Now, I've been in Russia this year for 3 months, and I have a good friend of mine. He's a full-time coach, train people, you know, like a... he loves it, you know. That's his passion and everything. It's his private gym. He rent premises. He fully equipped gym over there, and he charging his students, clients a fee for training. But people love it. They do it, you know.
Yeah.
But he started from for free even.
Yeah.
He trained people for free. That's how he started. But now he got a good gym, and he's look after his family. You know, he loves it. You know, perfect. Yes,
Yeah,
but
perfect.
he, you know, it's based on like a safety in Russia. You know, like I'm telling you before.
Yeah.
Here, lots of kind of injuries happening, brain damage. You know, and people enthusiastics doing. They don't know how to train. You know, like they think I don't know how they probably influence from Rockies again, you know. That's what they think, you know, like but not like on the reality things, you know. Safety in Russia, it's like a generation of coaches that pass to each other. Safety is number one, you know. I've been in my gym, my coach, many times. I've been telling off for hitting my sparring partners too hard, you know. I've been off. I've been even banned. He kicked me out from the gym.
I've never seen you do that, Victor. Myself.
Over here,
man. I see you do
boxing
that
coaches
so many times,
encouraging that. Come on, more punches, hit him harder or something. You know, they just they like it's a fitness. It's like a fitness thing. You know, like they like a. Hit you with like a horse, you know, like more punches. That's what it is, man. I don't know, but over in Russia, it's more like technique. It's more skills.
Yeah, well,
than fitness.
So what I train. I like the way that I train guys that you know, whatever. But I always train like if you do any sport, you train to play, right? You train to play. Like you pass the ball to this guy passes it to him, he scores. If you have a good right hand, I said, you push this guy this way, and then when he starts moving this way, you move him into your right hand. You set up a play, and then you spar just that one play 100 times, and then you've got 1 point, and then you do it for another, and then another, and then you got if you got three moves where you can set guys up and score. That's it. But it's never about like you can hit pads as much as you want, you can hit the bags as much as you want, but if you don't know how to play chess in the ring, you don't know how to win. You have to set them up, and this is the way that I train.
Yeah, you're talking about strategy, you know.
Yeah. But you have to set up. You have to do the plays. You can't just hold pads for somebody, and then when they go and spar, they don't use the combos that you give on the pads.
But that's what it is. Boxing is a combination of many things.
Yeah.
Fitness. You know, if you're not fit, but you're like smart and can kind of have everything else, but you're not fit and you're getting tired, you can't even defend yourself when you're tired. You know.
100%.
Yeah. So.
If you don't
combination, you know, of many things. If you maybe you have a hard punch, so you can ignore that strategy and you can just sit and you just wait. Maybe I'm lucky. Maybe one time in one round I'll be lucky and I can knock him out.
Yeah.
Yes, maybe that happened. Maybe not.
But that's it's so weird, like how people trade in this fight world. But let me so. Boxing, you say there was like the underworld. What about boxing in the underworld in Australia? Have you met people like in the underworld in Australia or not? Or do you not want to talk about it? Up to you. I mean,
my coach.
well, we don't.
Moved me to Perth.
Yeah.
Craig Christian. You know, he's a big enthusiastic guy. You know, in boxing.
Yeah.
And apparently he trained. Indonesian boxer Chris John world champion for many years.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, and many other guys from Indonesia. You know, look, Craig. I won Karis Kariuki. I knocked Karis Kariuki out in Townsville after I've been trained with, and I have the great. Craig got one of the best gyms in Australia. Back in the days.
Yeah,
you know, everything. He got even swimming pool in his gym. Sauna, everything like I don't know, like you can. It's what they call it, like it's a small pool, but it's like a. You can swim.
Like it push current against you. Yeah,
unbelievable. All. Running machines, all other equipments. It's like it was amazing for me. It was like a holy moly. He got lots of other things, you know. Like
it gives you every opportunity to get in shape without hurting yourself.
It's like a highly equipment gym. I was like in Russia, for example. We don't even some boys even don't have a boxing gloves. You know, like
I've seen Ivan Drago. He used to just punch trees.
Again. Let's again.
Take it easy, man. Eventually, it's gonna be funny, man. But I see.
But boxing bag, pretty much, you know, boxing bag, boxing gloves. But sometimes no mouth guards. You know, young guys sometimes they fight, they train, they do have like a sparring, no mouth guards. You know, which is like not a nice thing. You know.
Well, if you like your teeth, but you know, your lips. But
now these days you can buy the cheap one, the hot water, and you use it.
Well, I grew up, so I trained with all Mexican. You know that everybody used the same mouth guard. Like they had it in this
hot water,
blue liquid, and they would just pull it out. I used that mouth guard, and the next guy they put it back in. And
Where?
In El Paso, Texas. That's how we did it. We would use the same. Everybody would use the same mouth guard.
I know one boxer from Texas. We've been in Vegas together as a sparring partners for Andre Durrell after.
So that's when you fought. He was a bronze medalist in the Olympics, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, but that's you fought him.
I fought him, but I never knew he's a bronze medalist or whatever. He's actually it's a family. Look, I was going to knock him out. I was going to stop him, and he was trapping and was going down on his knees, watching his corner. I can't do it. I can't do it. And then the fucking referee stopped the fight for no obvious reason.
I read that.
Premature stoppage. They robbed me, man. They robbed me in that. Where was it? We were like in state Washington, I think it's like
I read that. It said it actually says in your Wikipedia like the referee took that fight from you. It says
he's dodgy ref. He did a favor for the promotion from more because same Gary Shaw was a bastard. He was because I lost to Zuniga fight that I was supposed to win, and after that, after my lose, he paid me $40,000 just for signing the contract with him. With Gary Shaw. You know, and bonus money.
This is when you first now you've transferred from Australia. So you went Russian promoter, Australian promoter, American promoter.
Yeah.
And none of them did good for you, did they?
No. To be honest, look, Russian promoter, Igor Schaffer. I spoke to him this year as well on the phone. Look. Of course, he always try to make more money for himself. And as much as possible for himself, but I can't blame him. He just robbed me or something. He was a bit holding me he tried to sell me to I think English promoter. I think he tried to sell me to English promoter because they were dealing with Europeans. But I didn't want to do. I want to go to Australia, you know, and I tried to because he didn't do some things in my contract with him, and also he got a problem with General Secretary of Boxing Federation in Russia. It's like a conflict personality clash. They got, and that guy was helping me. He was on my side. He was smashing. That's a big difference as well. The boxing federation, professional boxing federation in Russia, just officials. They so being like a real authority. The promoters, they can take your license away. You cannot do boxing anymore.
They can do that
everywhere, but not here, not in Australia. I don't know, not in Australia. Who is protecting boxers here? Who? No one cares about them. No one cares.
Right.
Only they do favors for promoters. They do favors for promoters. They don't look after boxers. Look at the Matty Floyd. They're not helping him, mate. He can't even fight here.
Do you think Mike Tyson should have fought Jake Paul? What are your thoughts on that fight?
It was just a money fight.
Yeah.
He just came from retirement village. He jumped on a fight to fight with some videos, bullshit videos, his performance, whatever, without any even warm up fights, real ones that people can see his real performance. They jump on that fight, and then you can see he's slow. I saw straight away he's too slow. He's too old. You
can see that he's actually a grandpa now. But
there we go. And then also that's fucking funny. It was funny when he said when after the fight they asked him, is there any more fights? He said, yeah, for sure, something like that.
Tyson
said yeah.
Oh, he did. His adrenaline's
Yeah.
pumping. He
said,
good.
more money, $25 million for this BS. Why not? Thank you very much, guys. I love it. More fights. I'm keen. 100%.
Yeah. but the world loves Mike Tyson, man. Like that guy.
Yeah, he's a legend, of course.
So you remember how you said as some fighters get older, they got nice. He is because he would. Lennox Lewis said he felt safe in every room with everybody except for Mike Tyson. But now Mike Tyson has he's come out and he said what the guy really he goes, when you're that good, he goes, you're blessed by God. He goes, but when you're blessed by God, the devil also wants you. So he said you're always battling between the two. And I think and then now I think I could see his humility and Mike Tyson is just somebody I would love to
Mike Tyson was here in Perth several years ago with his promotion or something. I went on his show and I got a picture with him. Mike Tyson as well, and my friend as well. We paid $400 or something for the show and photo.
Yeah. That's good.
300. I don't remember. It was several years ago, I think.
Yeah. So we were in the IBF Hall of Fame and we're all staying in the same hotel, but we're of course low level. And I see Mike Tyson. I told the bodyguards, I said, hey, go tell Mike Tyson, because I knew he was in Phoenix at one point. I said, hey, tell him I was the one that was pissing on the car, and he said to come hang out with him anytime he wanted. They're like, what? They went and told him, and he goes, and he looked at me, he goes, all right, come over. He came over. We got me, Rob Power Drill, Dale Phillips, Big Rig. He called us in, gave us hugs. We hung out with all those guys, and that would he shook my hand. It was a brick. His hand was a brick. But,
I shook his hand.
Yeah,
and
I
was impressed. I didn't feel like a brick, but he, I was impressed with other things. I was impressed with the length of his fingers. He wrapped my hand absolutely he wrapped my hand my palm. He wrapped it, with his fingers. I was when I shook his hand, it was he's maybe not just fingers, but the whole palm is big and long, something, not wide, but long.
Yeah.
But Tyson, he was unique in his build, and of course aggression, his nature, and also he admitted for all his big fights he used juice, man. He admitted it.
But he also admitted to he's like, I don't know what happened to me, but he goes, I got gonorrhea from a prostitute before this fight. I'm like, who? He was so brutally honest about everything, man.
You want me to be honest?
Man, I've been waiting.
You want me to be honest?
I've been waiting for you to be honest.
I fought in Melbourne several years ago, I think. The guy, my opponent, got shot a month after my fight. He got shot in the back. Abdul Rahim something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was okay with me. He was nice to me, But after the fight, I drank before the fight or after weigh-in. I drank a bottle of wine or too many bottles of wine, of red wine, because I got like situation with my wife, in a hotel. So I was sleeping on stairs, I was, and I look, the next day I fought, and I lost by points to Sam Abdul Rahim. Yes, Sam Abdul Rahim. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't handle myself, so I got drunk, just before the fight. That's how like silly I am, sometimes.
Well, we have a very good mutual friend. He says, "Don't let Victor drink, man. Don't let Victor drink."
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
But you get yourself in trouble.
Yeah. I'm not drinking. Yeah.
Do you think Jake Paul can be world champion? He wants to be world champion. That's what he says.
No, absolutely no chance.
No way.
Just look, Jake Paul. Even if you're gonna see him in the face, like whatever. He's like a blogger, or YouTuber, or something. This is a different generation. This is absolutely different. They're not athletes.
So as I'm sitting here speaking to you, I actually think he can be world champ. You know why? Because I think he will pay the world champion to take a dive. He's got that much money.
Exactly.
You know what?
Only that way he can be a world champion of some association that no one knows about.
Yeah, well, I mean that's how many belts? How many?
Plus, how much money he gonna make it? Even he got money. He can organize some stuff. For himself or whatever, and someone can dive. Yes.
Yeah. But that, I mean, look.
He wants to fight Canelo. He reckons he can beat Canelo.
But he's 6'2" and 230 pounds. Canelo's 5'7" and Yeah, Canelo's one of the best ever, but I mean, why doesn't he fight somebody that like his size and like his weight and actually like in their prime?
Look, Canelo is a professional boxer, professional fighter, and all professionals, they're fighting. The number one sort of thing to have a fight is the money.
Yeah,
for professional. If you're professional.
Yeah,
and. I don't know, maybe exactly. Canelo got a great chance to beat Jack Paul, and but of course, but it's not gonna be like approved by. Look, Jake Paul should win be top 10 at least. In some boxing association, whatever ranking.
Hey, what I like about Jake Paul is like he's bringing like all these guys that. Like you said, you made 25 grand the most. He's bringing he brought those two girls. They made millions. He's helping through his YouTube status. He's actually getting people that would never get paid retirement money. You know what I mean? That's what I respect about the guy. But I know that he's all show business. I know he's show business. I don't know. Diago was telling me something the other day. What did you say? That when Tyson hit him in the corner, he goes, "If you want to get paid, slow it down" or something. What did you say?
Yeah, they're saying that there's videos out at the minute that's saying that Tyson came out in the first round and he was hitting him with punches and he was moving around. And as soon as the clinch happened, he said, "Relax. Do you want to get paid?" And then after that, round two from on, Tyson just slowed down and started pulling some punches. Yeah,
so, you never know. But he's a 58-year-old.
Oh, relax if you want to get paid.
Yeah. Well, because what did you say? He got $20 million for the fight, but then you said, what did he get from the promotion? What did you say?
They reckon it's around 30 to 40 million, but the streaming came around 60 million concurrent and total 120 million to watch the fight. So they don't know what the back door is, but around to show was around, they say around 30 to 40 million.
Right, man. Listen, I'm good on it. The guy is an icon. Whatever, but he's lost his money. He's had it taken through taxes. He's had hard and a great life, but now he loves his family, and now he's able to 100% relax and give his kids money, and they can do what they want. Good on him. I don't care what they do. He's 58 years old. Nobody's expecting him to be a world champion anymore. Will you fight somebody somebody offers you 20 million, but then you got to pretend to lose for another 15 million? Do you do it?
Yeah, of course.
Of
Yeah,
course.
how much less, mate? I'll do it for much less. Talk about. What's your opinion about that competition, that people slapping each other in the face?
But I like, look, these people are brain dead. Why are you gonna? I think if somebody
Getting a concussion, yeah?
yeah, like if somebody,
Fucking go boom like this, like absolutely like knocked out.
I think if somebody's gonna hit you, they have to earn it. Like if you fight somebody and they're gonna land a shot,
Yeah.
they have to be good enough to land a shot. Like letting somebody hit you for free,
Yeah.
I don't know. That's not for me.
That's crazy, yeah. But very popular in Russia that they put it on a main TV, that kind of competition.
But
on free channels, man.
I don't get it. I mean,
So they call it pop. Actually, they got.
It started in Russia.
Started in Russia. Here we go. And they have a term in Russia, pop MMA. You know what it is? Do you hear that?
No.
It's pop MMA, which is like on TV only, pretty much. You know, on TV channels.
Yeah.
They call it pop MMA. When people like they do like press stage or whatever, they challenge each other. They're sitting in a room and
Just like two
confronting
regular
each other,
people.
talking shit, and that's
Just two regular people.
not too regular. They kind of like maybe
Influencing
related to sport or MMA, but they like bunches, you know. They like nothing, to be honest. Never been not really been like top level in any sport, and they just like I don't know, no one. You know, no one.
It's like the influencers here in America.
Yes, that's what these days going on, you know. And it is what it is, and they call pop MMA, yeah.
Yeah, Russia's doing a lot of wild stuff. They're putting like two guys in a car, putting their seatbelts on, and then they click the siren, and then they got to take the seatbelt off and start wailing on each other. And whoever taps first or KOs is gone.
See? Lots of things going on in Russia. It's crazy, I know. Look, guys, I tell you one thing. I've been in Russia for 3 months.
Yeah.
And I tell you, Russia is different planet compared to Australia.
Yeah.
Last time my last time in Russia before it was 2009, only for like 1 week. 1 week.
Yeah.
And then 2009, so like 15 years. I haven't been in Russia for 15 years. My younger brother, been here with his family.
Yeah.
And his daughters, the wife and daughters, Unfortunately, I have bad news. My younger brother, divorcing his wife. His wife is divorcing him, pretty much, you know. And they're splitting up. They've been like that, not good. I don't know, for maybe more than a year. I think it's unfortunately it happens.
So let me ask you this: so, I'm American. You're Russian. I see Putin, and like I see what the media says. Actually, like I don't know because the media lies about everything. But I like how Putin is like all about morals, all about like this is the way it is.
True.
I like this.
It's true. He's not accepting same-sex marriage at all.
Yeah,
he doesn't like it, you know. And also propaganda of sex minorities. He doesn't like.
Like same-sex getting married.
Same-sex marriage is not acceptable thing in Russia at all.
Yeah.
Like in Australia, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
That is like look.
But I'm telling you, here they made the law in Russia. You cannot make it. You cannot do propaganda. You cannot popularize LGBT whatever thing. You cannot do that. Only like back in the days, maybe like people were doing that kind of stuff, like especially like actors or singers, you know.
Hey, in America, they're
like what's his name? Passed away. That legend from UK, Freddie Mercury. You know. He was sort of like not a controversial person.
But that's it. But they have no right to have, like, in America, they're so crazy. They have people in drag going to show 4-year-old people that being drag is normal and all that. How crazy is that?
You know what is it? They call it in Australia gay parade or
gay pride.
Pride.
Yeah.
It's not acceptable in Russia these days. You know? Which is because they have the kind of like young people can see it and it's kind of be influence on them, you know, in the wrong way or something. Even like a sort of like I don't know, you know, like.
Look.
I'm not. Look, I'm telling you, I know gay people here.
Yeah.
I have no problem with them. You know, it's like a.
I like gay people. Like, I'm 50-50 other gays. I like, look, you're going to be a gay guy, cool, but I love lesbians so much more than I love homosexual men.
I know lesbians too. I know lesbians too, to be honest. And look, I tell you, I know about the case when the gay person became a donor of semen for the lesbian girl.
Yeah.
They've been like just colleagues before or whatever, and he provided her semen, and he just rock up to her house, provided a semen in a cup, you know, like this.
Yeah.
Everything else she done by herself, and now they have. She lives with a partner, another lesbian, but they wanna have kids too, you know, and now they got 2 children together, you know. But,
From the same.
yes. From
Hey,
the
what,
same
they
guy.
just got to cup him, like, insert it, like, grabbed it, like what?
No, he went to a toilet.
Yeah.
He did whatever he did.
Yeah.
He wanked in a cup and gave her a cup with his semen, and then she probably and that's it. And then he went home.
Yeah, like a turkey baster. She probably picked up a turkey baster and squeezed it inside of her. And that's it.
Yeah, squeeze it or used like a syringe without a needle, you know, and done it, you know. While bloody lots of people in Australia, they pay thousands of dollars to go hospital and bloody.
I thought about this a long time ago. It's IVF.
IVF, exactly.
I said, look, when I was the guy, I said, you know what? Forget IVF. I'll be actual insemination. Just call me over and I'll do it for you. Like, that was it.
But you know, look, you cannot do it. You know, like, because it's legal, not legally, but look for the kind of person. It's like a. I don't know. You can provide semen, be a donor.
I just like the delivery. That's it.
Delivery.
I just give the straight delivery.
No, straight delivery. There you go.
But we'll wrap this up. But we got Victor Oganov. Hey, if you guys like this show, hit the subscribe, listen, give comments, tell us what you think, and we're gonna let Victor just give us a send off, bro.
Hey guys, thanks for inviting me. I really enjoyed time here, and I wanna pay attention for good boxers in Australia and the families, boxing families. One of the sort of my favorite ones, that Jaya Petaya guy, and let's watch and follow his career.
How crazy is he about, like, that guy's all business. He's all business. Like, I've never seen the guy smile.
Yeah.
You're talking like Kiwi guy that's just knocking everybody out. Yeah.
Kiwi guy, yeah. But look, I heard that's like, again, generation. His father, his grandfather, it was like they've been in boxing.
It's in their blood.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what it is, you know. It's like individuals again, and it's families, you know, when they know, they learn, and that stuff. Look, I wanna talk about Jeff Fennick again.
Okay, go.
Look, and Costa. When after nearly 1 year, I came to Costa and I said to him, Costa, I have 2 weeks in Australia and I need to leave Australia because I have from immigration. I need to leave Australia in 2 weeks' time. I have like a order or something. Mm-hmm. What are we gonna do about what are we gonna do about my career? And he said, "Oh, don't worry. Like, you're fine. You got your lawyer. You paid to your lawyer, immigration lawyer. There's like a money. You know, he's gonna look after you. You'll be fine." And then I realized I waste my time with this guy. He's an absolute moron. He's a fucking just dumb cunt idiot, you know. And it was a mistake just to wait for a year and not to accept the other offers.
Yeah.
With the Australian guys, you know, like to deal with, and I just try to chase and whatever honor to be with Costa, you know, with a legend, you know.
Yeah.
It was a mistake, you know. Yeah. So he's an idiot. He's a moron, right? You know. And what is what it is? You know, he left his wife. He left his kids here. He went to Russia after his unofficial retirement. He been going through like a dinner with champion or some that kind of bullshit show, dancing with the stars or like or TV show or something.
Yeah,
he was, but of course, you know, he didn't make that much money like as boxing, and eventually he moved back to Russia. He was like a celebrity in Russia still, and Russia got much more money than Australia. More people, more population, and also Moscow. It's a capital, and Moscow is like a really huge. Lots of people with the money there,
like New York or something.
Yeah, exactly, and government there as well. You know, it's government just right there in Moscow.
Man, I want to go to Russia. I'm intrigued, but I don't know. Like being in America, like if, I don't. I'll go anywhere, but whatever.
So look, Kysta been there for I don't know how many years, maybe like more than 10. I don't know. He trained, been like a celebrity. He trained Denis Lebedev, that. Fought Brisbane boy, Queenslander, and he won him by points, I think. Forgot his name. Queenslander fella, yeah. But Denis Lebedev, he knocked Roy Jones out as well.
Danny Green.
Like Danny Green. After Danny Green, yes. He knocked him out.
Who's this?
Denis Lebedev.
He knocked Roy Jones out.
Yeah, after Danny Green knocked Roy Jones out, Roy Jones took a fight in Russia.
Oh, I remember this.
It was like a bad knockout.
I remember
he went down face down and that kind of stuff. But and he's like a coach, but not for long, you know, because he's not a coach, you know. Yeah. And Kysta, I've been with Kysta for 1 year. He was my manager, kind of. Yeah. He didn't do any management. He didn't manage me. Yeah. You know, he didn't do anything for me.
That's why sometimes fighters aren't the best coaches or managers.
He never shared with me his boxing sort of like skills ever. Yeah. You know, he never tell me anything about boxing ever as well. Never been in my training as well. Igor was there, but not Kysta. Kysta never been in my training, and but this is what it is, you know. Sorry, guys, but then I moved to Jeff Fennick. Yeah. Jeff did everything for me. He's a real champion. He's a real guy.
I love to hear that.
He's a real guy. He's not fake like Kysta. Yeah. Kysta is fake. Yeah. Smiling, take a picture with people, and that's it. Nothing else. Yeah. Thanks for coming. Thanks for your money, and that's it, mate. You know. Yeah. But Jeff, he's a real guy. He's not perfect. Yeah. He's not perfect.
Who is?
Exactly. But he's not fake.
Yeah.
And Australian boxing, he's a real champion. He's a Hall of Fame of World Boxing Hall of Fame, and he's a big heart. He's very unique with his boxing style. You know, he's incredible. You know, he beat many big fighters.
His 7th fight was for a world title. Was it his 7th fight?
Yes, and he signed up with Don King and went to America, but late of his career, you know, but he got bad hands, you know, he stopped and you know, but before he was incredible. Miracle Mauler, they call him, you know. You know, I know what his best. He was unstoppable. He was so fit, incredibly fit, and he was like an annoying fly. Yeah. Keep throwing punches non-stop. Yeah. No power. It's like we all know. No much power, no speed, nothing else, no technique, but non-stop. Yeah, it's like unbelievable, and you can't breathe, and eventually you're just giving up, and then like, turn around. No, I don't want to. No, that's it. You know, and Jeff is unique, you know, and also as a person, Jeff, I became Australian citizen because of Jeff. You know, and my family, not only me. Other people as well.
Man, I love to hear that because I see like Jeff Fennick wishes we have
his missus as well. Susie, she's a great person. Yeah. She'll look after Jeff, you know. She'll always keep her eye on Jeff.
Well, we have to. But anyway, hey, let's wrap this up.
Okay.
Last say,
Thanks, guys.
What do you got for the viewers? Last saying, what do you want to tell anybody?
Okay. What's your message to Tim Tszyu?
To Tim Tszyu? just change the coach. You know, if they wanna keep doing the boxing, they need to. I don't know. They find a good coach. Maybe not in Australia. Maybe just train in America. You know, ego is good for be a fitness coach. You know, what they call it, like a fitness, whatever. That's nothing else. But for boxing, you need to know. You need to know strategy, that kind of stuff. And how I know things. I don't want to say that about other things.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
So
okay, guys.
Tszyu,
be good. No, don't use. I want to say to all viewers, don't use alcohol and other drugs. That's bad. And just do sport. Keep watching boxing sport and other martial arts, MMA, whatever. Just be good and do do good life, and you're gonna live long, That's it. But drugs and other substances will do bad stuff and will destroy your families, will destroy your life, and you won't go. You won't get to anywhere, It's a way down only.
All right.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Victor Oganov, man, I love this guy. I've known him for years. Thank you for coming in, man. I'm so happy you came here, bro.
Thanks.
Pure entertainment. I love it.